The world is addicted to noise. Look around you. Everyone is screaming to be heard. They are desperate to be seen. Today we are going to deconstruct the psychology of presence and absence. We are going to look at the lessons of Niccolo Machiavelli, the laws of behavioral psychology, and the brutal truths of power dynamics. The biology of addiction, intermittent reinforcement. When you are predictable, when you are always there, you kill the anticipation. You are a vending machine. You press the button, the candy comes out. There is no thrill in a vending machine. But a slot machine? A slot machine is addictive because you don't know if you will win. Sometimes you pull the lever and get nothing. Sometimes you get a jackpot. That unpredictability is called intermittent reinforcement. And it is the strongest psychological hook known to man. By being constantly available, you are denying people the pleasure of missing you. You are denying them the dopamine spike of seeing your name appear on their phone after a long silence. You are starving them of the thrill of your company by overfeeding them with your presence. But this is not just about biology, it is about respect. The underlying message of constant availability is a lack of purpose. If you can answer a text message within 10 seconds at 2000 p.m. on a Tuesday, what does that say about your life? It says that you have nothing better to do. It says that your mission, your work, your purpose is secondary to the interruption of others. It signals that you are waiting. Waiting to be chosen, waiting to be entertained, waiting to be validated. A man or woman of power is never just waiting. They are engaged, they are building, they are focused. And because they are focused, they are not available. Their absence is not a tactic, it is a byproduct of their ambition. This is the difference between pretending to be busy and actually being purposeful. If you fake absence, people will sense it. It will feel manipulative. It will feel like you are sulking or playing hard to get. But if your absence is genuine, if you are not there because you are truly building your empire, mastering your craft or strengthening your mind, people will feel the weight of that absence. They will respect it. They will realize that your time is a limited resource, and they will compete to get a piece of it. Most people do not know how to leave. They stay at the party until the lights come on and the music stops. They stay in the conversation until it runs dry and becomes awkward. They stay in the relationship long after the respect has died. They linger. And because they linger, they leave a bad aftertaste. There is a concept in psychology called the peak end rule. It states that human beings do not remember an experience by the average of all its moments. They remember it by two things: the peak, the most intense moment, and the end. If you have a wonderful dinner but the goodbye is awkward and dragged out, you will remember the dinner as mediocre. If you have a short interaction but you leave at the high point, right when the laughter is loudest, right when the connection is deepest, you freeze that moment in time. You leave them wanting more. You must learn to leave things unfinished. Human beings have a psychological need for closure. It starts with the mind time. We hate open loops. When you leave a conversation before it is fully drained, you create an open loop in the other person's mind. They will replay the conversation. They will think about what else they wanted to say. They will think about what you said. By denying them the satisfaction of a complete drained conclusion, you keep your mental hook in them long after you have walked away. This is difficult to do. It requires discipline. It requires you to walk away from the validation of the moment in favor of the respect of the long term. Dependence before distance. But there is a danger here. We must address the trap of isolation. Absence is a spice, not the main course. If you are absent all the time, you are not mysterious, you are forgotten. To make your absence felt, your presence must have weight. You must be the pillar that holds up the roof. You must be the one who brings clarity, energy, and solutions when you are there. You must create dependence. Machiavelli speaks of this in The Prince. He advises that a wise prince must create a situation where his citizens always need him. If they do not need you, they will not care if you are gone. So before you withdraw, you must contribute. You must become excellent. You must become the person who solves the problem that no one else can solve. You must be the source of stability in a chaotic world. Once you have established that value, once they rely on you, then and only then is your absence a weapon. Because now, when you step back, the roof begins to creak, the structure becomes unstable, and in that instability, they realize exactly how much you were carrying. They realize that they cannot afford to lose you. The terror of silence in negotiation and conflict. Silence is the ultimate power move. When someone disrespects you, when someone crosses a line, your instinct is to argue. Your instinct is to shout, to explain why they are wrong, to defend yourself. But when you argue, you are validating their position. You are telling them that their opinion of you matters enough to disturb your emotional state. You are lowering yourself to their level to engage in combat. The most devastating response to disrespect is not anger, it is indifference. It is the removal of your attention. When you go silent, you hold up a mirror to the other person. You force them to sit in the chaos they created. Without your reaction to feed off, they have to face their own behavior. They wait for the blowback, but it doesn't come. And that silence is terrifying. It signals that you are so far above the situation that it does not even warrant a response. It signals that they have already lost access to you. This is the gray rock method taken to its highest form. It is not just about being boring. It is about being a void where their manipulation goes to die. When you withdraw your presence from someone who thinks they can control you, you shatter their illusion of power. You take back the only thing you truly own, your attention. Let's talk about the narrative. People are storytellers. When there is a gap in information, the human brain rushes to fill it. When you are absent, people will create stories to explain why. Is he angry? Is he busy? Has he found something better? Is he planning something? If you are weak, you fear these stories. You rush to explain yourself. Oh, sorry, I wasn't around. I was just doing laundry. You collapse the mystery immediately. But if you are strong, you let the stories run. You let them wander. In fact, you guide the narrative not by what you say, but by what you do when you return. If you disappear for a month and come back exactly the same, your absence was a waste. It was just a pause. But if you disappear for a month and come back stronger, fitter, smarter, or with a new idea, then your absence becomes a legend. It becomes a training arc. People will begin to associate your absence with growth. They will learn to fear and respect your time away because they know that when you return, you will be a different version of yourself. This is how you constantly renew your authority. You do not let yourself become stale. You molt. You shed your old skin in private, and you reveal the new one in public, the sovereign identity. This requires a fundamental shift in your identity. You must become comfortable with solitude. This is the hardest part for most people. We are social animals. We are terrified of being alone. We use people as distractions from our own thoughts. We use noise to drown out our own insecurities. To wield the power of absence, you must make peace with yourself. You must reach a point where you are your own best company.